Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Lana and I've been working as a professional psychic medium for more than 5 years, specializing in twin flame connections and manifesting union. Today I thought we would do a tarot reading for the collective twin flame energy, whoever is connected to my energy or whoever finds this video. If you were drawn in by the title or the thumbnail, just know that there's probably a message or a healing frequency or something here for you in this video that is meant to help you along your journey to manifesting your union in the physical 3D world, because that is what we do on this channel. As always, I deliver these messages for your highest good and ultimate healing. If there are messages that don't resonate with you, just leave them here. Take what resonates and take what is really helpful and inspiring and inspires your own intuition and guidance. I always say that tarot readings are a co-creation between you, me, and spirit. So if there's something specific you want to receive from this reading, just set that intention in your heart right now. Otherwise, we're going to dive right into it. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Okay, the Three of Pentacles, excitement. That is so funny that I literally was just saying that I felt excited about this. This is really interesting. Spirit, tell me more about the collective who's going to be tuning into this reading. What should they know about their twin flame journey? What should they know? We're open to the highest information and guidance that wants to come through. Okay, we have the Chariot. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. We have the Six of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles Vision. This is really interesting. I feel like those of you who are tuning into this reading, you have been on this spiritual journey for quite some time. I really feel a lot of old soul energy here. There's this feeling of things you might feel that are taking a long time to manifest. But with the Chariot, we actually have a fast-moving energy. And it's almost this feeling of someone who's gotten really sick and tired of old karmic connections with that Knight of Swords in reverse. You're just ready to call in a more harmonious union. You're ready to call in your true twin flame or align with your true twin flame. It's interesting with the Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords both in the reverse position. With this Knight of Swords card, I really feel that this is about you. This is a very clear message. This is about you breaking free from old karmic energies that would have held you and your twin flame out of vibrational alignment with union. So this is really, I'm hearing the words like unnecessary fighting, unnecessary drama. And by the way, if you're curious about the deck that I'm using, it's the Moon and Stars Tarot. It's a really beautiful deck. But overall, the message that I'm really hearing here is that you're doing a great job releasing these patterns. However, it's almost like your nervous system and your body might still at times be stuck in a fight or flight energy. And the reason I say this is because even though we can consciously release karmic patterns, we let them go, we even cut toxic people out of our lives, our body and our mind can still be in these fearful patterns. And that is really what I'm hearing for this collective here. So really, I would say the next step on your journey to manifesting union is about regulating your nervous system, regulating your body. And this is something I teach all of my clients super in depth. But the reason this is important is because your true twin flame union is going to come through a regulated nervous system, an inner child that really feels safe with you. And what I'm really being shown here is that at this point in time on your journey, this is not necessarily about doing more healing or cutting off more people or ending more karmic cycles. It's actually going to be about you adjusting to things being better. Yeah, this is really about you adjusting to things being better. And another message that is coming through from Spirit is if you've been waiting for things to catch up in your physical 3D reality, just know that things are going to manifest for you that are going to come into your life. You're going to be receiving higher vibrational energies, connections, opportunities in your life, communication, either from your twin flame or other people or your soul family coming in. It's going to come through this new energy, but your nervous system needs time to feel safe adjusting to this new reality, because I really feel that for the collective that I'm speaking to here, you've done a lot of healing. You've shifted a lot of karmic patterns. You're a very spiritual person. It's not necessarily about doing more of that, but it's about adjusting and letting yourself settle settle into that. Okay, so from the Whispers of Love Oracle deck, the card that we have coming out is turn your heart light on, reflect on a time when you experienced love. Okay, so for this collective that I'm speaking to, I really feel that you've gone through a lot of triggering situations recently. It could be that your nervous system feels very startled. Like there could have been something specific that happened where you felt very triggered, you felt very unsupported. I'm really just hearing that this has to do specifically with relationships, because obviously we're talking about union. But this is about for you to take your mind off of the negative focus of all of the times where relationships, or maybe this is negative experiences with your twin flame, karmic experiences, triggering experiences, taking your focus off of that and instead shifting your focus to times in your life where you did experience safety and love. So this is all about really anchoring in the union frequency, anchoring in unity consciousness, healing and letting go of separation consciousness. Unity consciousness is a consciousness that calls in union, that stabilizes it. It's where you are nurturing your inner child. You feel safe within, and so you are able to receive that love from people in your external reality to really mirror that back to you. This is about allowing your mind to shift away from the negatives and to focus on where there was safety and where there was love. And what Spirit is really showing me here is this will help you anchor in this frequency even more. I really feel that the collective who is tuned into this reading is almost in this in between phase. That almost might be a Freudian slip. That in your tweens, you could have experienced something very triggering, very almost, I'm hearing the word like devastating. Things could have been really difficult, really emotionally difficult from your past. I'm really feeling like a lot of energy coming through as I say that, so I really feel that will resonate with this collective. There is this message to really just anchor in more safety, more, not even inner child healing, but soothing your inner child. How can you talk to your inner child in a way, and they're also drawing me to the image, if you see this angel is literally putting her hand on her heart, she's comforting herself, she is in tune with her heart. It's about creating emotional safety. Okay, so now I kind of want to tune into the timeline here. I'm going to ask Spirit for this collective, those who are tapped into this reading, who are here with me, what do you need to know? What is going to unfold? What do you need to know? And as we tune into timelines, I'm not much of a person who is into predictions. However, this is going to be like a timeline activation as you're watching this video. So this is the potential pathway that you can choose if you align with the advice and the messages and the healing frequencies. This is a timeline you can tap into, but it's always going to be your free will and your choice that manifests that. All right, we have Justice in reversed. This is always a card that for me speaks strongly to old karmic patterns where you might feel like you were treated very unfairly. And the message from Spirit here is to actually stop giving into this old story. So, you know, the energy that's kind of coming through for this collective is if you have found yourself at times in the past kind of telling yourself or repeating stories of victimhood, or feeling like you're at the mercy of other people or circumstances in your life, this is really a sign to begin to let that go. Okay, I'm really feeling called to grab one of my other decks, the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. This is such a beautiful deck. It is this message to let go of those stories of being a victim, to really empower yourself. So what Spirit is saying here is that you might have grown up around people who were very much in a victim mentality, or like a woe is me mentality, or really placing a lot of responsibility on things outside of them that were not benefiting their highest good. Wow. Okay, so I was just going to talk about childhood, but we have the Orphaned card from this Oracle deck, Orphan, and you see there's a picture of a woman, well, like a bird woman sitting alone on this nest, almost like she's been abandoned, she's been orphaned. So the card meanings in the Oracle deck for this card are a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. This guidebook message is so important. It says, we were all meant to have connections with other people, within our families, within society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from, right, that unity versus separation consciousness is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. Wow. It's crazy, guys, because as I was filming this, my twin flame texted me and told me that he was dealing with a toxic person at his workplace. And that is just what we talked about with this Justice reverse card and that Knight of Wands reverse card that came out earlier. Sorry, not Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, that card of drama. And so this is all like synchronicity, and it is signs coming through to confirm that you are doing the right thing by releasing these old toxic energies. You did the right thing. I really feel that for the majority of you watching this is going to be a past tense thing. This is something you have let go of, these old karmic patterns. And there is a deep sense of loss associated with this. But I really feel that Spirit is saying that this is not a bad thing at all. As I paused the recording, it was literally 11:44. Take that as a sign if you have been seeing the number 1144 anywhere, or 114 or 1114. That's another confirmation. I really feel that for the collective who's tuned in here, that you do not need to worry about any temporary setbacks. It's interesting because with this Justice in reverse card, I just have this feeling, and Spirit is really having me focus on this card as the main message for this reading, but it almost feels like you being worried that there are going to be setbacks, or you're not going to be able to move forward as fast as you want with that Chariot card that we pulled earlier. And it's just a message here that this is almost like part of the karmic rebalancing. Like everything that you're going through, this period of isolation, which honestly, like so many of my clients can relate to. And I was very isolated at a point on my journey, especially before I met my true twin flame. So I can really relate to this energy. Also, like, you can be supportive to each other in the comments, like connect with each other. The twin flame community is so supportive, and I think we can lean on each other more. But it is just this message that your true soul tribe will come. And this is something that I also know from experience and from working with thousands of twin flames. It's that you will go through this uncomfortable phase where you feel like you don't fit in anywhere. You feel like no one is going to understand you. Wow, I'm feeling like, okay, as I'm saying that, I'm feeling all of this emotional energy that Spirit can give to this collective. Okay, my recording just paused and I didn't catch what I said, but I was saying that this is something that so many people in the twin flame community can relate to. This feeling of being isolated, this feeling of, wow, okay, we literally have the out to sea card here. I'm going to look up the guidebook message for this one because I pulled this card the other day. And this is very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so this is all about being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life? When events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless. This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward like a river. Okay. Wow. Okay, another message. I want to read the relationship message because I feel like that is a twin flame specific message. It says, there are points in relationships when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course that you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Yeah. What I'm really being shown here is that your journey towards union is not going to happen in the way that you consciously think it's going to happen. So our mind, when we're manifesting something, tries to predict, how can this come into my life? How can this happen? How can this manifest? What I'm really being shown here for you in this journey of manifesting your union is to let go of your ideas of how this could happen. An affirmation that you can even say is, universe, show me how effortless, how beautiful, how synchronistic this journey can be. Bring me my union in the most effortless, beautiful way that I'm not expecting. Because your union, remember, is also going to come through your true twin flame. They are going to have a 50% say in the co-creative process of how this manifests. This is a lesson I had to learn in my own twin flame relationship, is that I had a very strong idea. I'm a very opinionated person, obviously. Like, I'm a content creator, I'm a coach, I'm a medium, like I work with people for a living, so I have to have strong opinions. But like, I had very strong opinions in my personal life about how I thought this had to go. And when it actually manifested and came in, my twin flame really took the lead as the divine masculine, and I had to let go of all these ideas of how I thought things were gonna go, and really like not even take a back seat, but be in a cooperative, open-minded energy, allowing your twin flame's energy, allowing the universe to assist you, helping the universe to bring this in. It's about going with the flow. It's about being in your receptive feminine energy. Wow, and for some reason I'm really drawn to that little face in the back of the card. Just this reminder that your guides, that your twin flame's higher self, that your spirit team is always working with you, your angels. For some of you, you might work really closely with your angels or angelic beings. It is just a message to really lean into the current. Like, it's almost like, okay, imagine you're like a fish, right? It's going to be easier. Well, I don't know how I don't study fish. I don't know how they work that well. But like, if you're a fish in a river, it's going to be easier to be carried by the current. And I know there are some fish that swim upstream and fight the current, but it's about going with the flow of the water. It's about going with the flow of the current energy. So if you have been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling stagnant, if you have felt like there are old patterns or people that are falling out of your life, go with the flow of that. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. Because I'm also being shown that sometimes, this is a really strong message that's coming through for this collective, but sometimes we feel like we have to figure everything out mentally. But so much of the manifestation work that you have done, you've done so that you don't have to think about it, so that you don't have to figure it out, so that you don't have to stress over every single detail. And it's this message of allow your manifestations and allow the energy that you have sent out to work through for you. Okay, I want spirit to, let's see what spirit wants. Okay, I'm gonna pull some frequency tarot cards. I love this deck. Hold on, I'm having trouble grabbing it. Frequency tarot cards by Teal Swan. I love these cards because the frequencies are so strong and so powerful. And so really, as you're listening to this reading, I want you to know this reading, also 1818 on my timer as I say that. This reading is not just going to be a prediction or just information. This is an energetic activation. So I really want you to allow yourself to receive these messages and soak them in. Because we're channeling a very high vibrational energy here. And this is let me show you guys what these cards look like. They're so gorgeous. If you're someone who likes to do your own readings, I highly recommend this deck. It is such a beautiful deck. It's by Teal Swan. All right, let me see. Whoa. Reveal the mystery. This is so thematic to everything we've been talking about. Oh yeah, okay. And we also have a logic reverse on the bottom. This is literally about letting go of the mind trying to figure things out, the mind trying to control, not in a bad way, it's just trying to keep you safe, right? But you're at this point on your journey, on the twin flame journey, where you have to let go of the when and the how am I going to make this happen? What do I need to do next? Go with the flow. And this is a lesson that I could also honestly take advice from for other things in my life too. The things that I'm manifesting, it's almost like a message about manifestation. You have to be open to how the universe can bring it to you and really trust that the universe will. Okay. Reveal the mystery. This card says, no matter Whether you have drawn this card upright or in reverse, this universe has been trying to give you an answer. You have simply not been in a place where you can hear it. Ask a question right here and now. Close your eyes and focus on that question. Feel yourself opening up with a readiness and a wanting to know the answer. When you feel that you are ready, without thinking about it, walk over to a bookcase. Allow yourself to open to whatever page it naturally opens to. Now let your gaze be drawn to the specific sentence or paragraph that stands out to you. Read the words being offered to you as an answer. It may seem cryptic, but just try to understand how the message you've been led to contains all or part of the answer to your question. Let's do this live. So I do want you to do this exercise with me, to walk over to a book and open it, but I'm going to do this exercise for us as a collective, and then I want you to do this for yourself personally, okay? Wow, okay. This is crazy. So I opened up the Moon and Stars Tarot to a random page. The first one I was drawn to was actually the Seven of Swords, and we had the Seven of Swords come out earlier in the tarot. It says, someone around you is being deceitful, keeping secrets, or being overly discreet by avoiding conversations and holding back the whole truth. Yeah, be cautious of others taking from you, be it energy, time, ideas, or confidence. I really feel that this collective has dealt with karmic people, karmic connections, karmic energies, because this is just a double confirmation message that if you have felt weird about other people's behavior from the past, if you have felt unsettled, if you have felt like you couldn't trust someone, or even you could be beating yourself up for, this is going to be a specific message for some in this collective. This specific message won't apply to everyone. But if you have had people in your life who have made you feel crazy, and you have wondered, am I crazy? Am I overreacting? Just know that there's a very high chance that that person was gaslighting you. That person was engaging in toxic behaviors, and it's not a bad thing to acknowledge that. It's almost for your own sanity. You really need to acknowledge where other people are responsible for the sake of your own sanity. You need to acknowledge what you're not responsible for. So what I'm really being shown from this reading over and all, just to summarize everything, is you're at a point in your journey where you have really let go of karmic energies, but this is about concluding them, wrapping them up, letting them go, allowing yourself to trust yourself and everything that you have felt in regards to these karmic energies. This is really a message that your union is going to come through the natural process of you allowing yourself to heal from these toxic people, these old situations, and these old circumstances. It's okay to give yourself time and space to work through this. And you are on the right track on your twin flame journey. This is part of your journey. Releasing these karmic energies and working through these karmic energies so that you can basically shift into an energy where you really realize that you deserve to have people in your life who are truly there for you, who are truly respectful, who truly want the best for you, who are honest with you, who really care about how you feel, and are not gonna, like, people who really care about you, right? Your true soul family, your healed and your aligned soul family couldn't sleep at night if you don't feel okay. So if you have dealt with, the Nine of Swords, trauma, past events, if you've dealt with people in the past who have, to put it bluntly, just made you feel really traumatized. This could be your family, past romantic relationships, past karmic connections, past toxic friendships. Just know that this is something that you are moving out of, and Spirit really wants you to know that. Spirit is here supporting you, moving through that theme and that pattern. This is really about you stepping into an era where you are calling in truly loving connections, and this is part of your journey. Okay. Wow. What a powerful transmission. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, you guys. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, all of that information will be in the description. Otherwise, let me know in the comments how this resonated for you personally, and feel free to connect with each other in the comments. We had that orphan card coming out, so it can be so powerful to connect with other like-minded souls. In the comments, everyone on the twin flame journey that I've come across has been so loving, so supportive. We really are all going through the same thing. So use that space to connect with, to share more about yourself, and to leave any inspirations or healing messages or anything that has come out. I will be posting more on this channel more consistently. Really, I will be, because I've been feeling called to be more consistent overall. So feel free to subscribe. Stay tuned for readings. I'm going to be trying to post once a week, if not more. Let me know what other types of videos you would like to see about the twin flame journey. I'm always open to recommendations. As always, thank you so much for bringing your beautiful energy here, for being present through this reading. I am sending you so much love. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.